This might be the most important word in understanding what went wrong in the Garden of Eden. Right after Adam and Eve eat the forbidden fruit, the Torah says, "Vayishma'u et kol Hashem Elokim mitalech bagan." They heard the voice of God walking through the garden. Now look closely at that word mitalech. It's not your ordinary Hebrew word for walking. That would be holech. This word is in a specific verb form called hitpa'el. And the hitpa'el form in Hebrew can mean one of two things. Either the action is reflexive, someone doing something to themselves, like litlabish, to get oneself dressed, but that doesn't really work here because walking isn't something you do to yourself. So it must be the second option, which is that the action is bilateral, two parties engaged in the same action together, like the word lihitkatev, to correspond. That action inherently requires another person. Now, here's how Rabbi Foreman understands this. If mitalech implies bilateral action, which it does, then God isn't just going for a solo stroll here. He's trying to engage in this walk with someone else, with Adam and Eve. In other words, God is inviting them to join him on his stroll, as if to say, hey, I know you ate from the tree. Come walk with me. Let's talk about it. God's invitation suggests that even in the aftermath of the sin, even after disobeying his word, we could still be close to him. We could still walk with him and connect to him. And how did Adam and Eve respond? They hid. Their fear got the best of them and they declined the invitation. Now, here's what's incredible. Fast forward to the last weeks of Moses' life, to the very end of the entire Torah. Moses gathers the entire nation and gives them his farewell speech. And in that speech, he asks a question. Ma Hashem Elokecha shoel meimach. What does God ask of you? What does God actually want from you? And then Moses answers it. And part of that answer is Lalechet bechol drachav, to walk in his ways. There's that walking again, which means that the invitation to walk with God didn't expire in the garden. God never rescinds that offer, even if we've rejected it. Moses comes to remind us that that offer always stands. Even after we've sinned, even when we're afraid, we can always choose to come out of hiding and walk with God. This one word in Genesis might